Hi, my name is Adam, and I'm going to share with you 5 tips that you can apply to your marriage or your relationship to make it successful. It's all coming from my experience, some research, of course, but I am married and happily married. um, First step that I want to cover is, or tip I should say, is communication. This is no secret. It's been talked about a lot. If you ever have looked up relationship advice or have gone to see a counselor of some sort, communication, especially in my eyes, is number one. It creates at least 80% of the foundation of a relationship. Um, Me and my wife, we communication is our biggest thing because we saw our parents do the complete opposite, and they didn't end up, with the ideal end result. Let's just say. So we took what we saw there and reverse engineered it, and now we have a great relationship where we communicate everything. We don't hold if we're feeling something. If say my wife does something and it makes me feel um, frustrated or annoyed, I will say it to her, but I'll say it in a way that when you do that, it makes me feel like this. So it's not her fault. It's me. It's the way I'm reacting to whatever she's doing, right? And vice versa. We just make sure that we're explaining how we're feeling when that happens. So then we can communicate, a different way of going about it, or maybe it's just a trigger for me for some reason, something that I need to deal with. Has absolutely nothing to do with my wife, right? So communication is key. It's a skill on its own. Sometimes it comes naturally to people, sometimes it doesn't. Um, but it's something that if it isn't in your relationship or marriage, um, would recommend going to see a counselor that specializes in communication because it is so powerful when you have that. And it's not just verbal communication. A lot of communication is just, they say 90% of body language. That's very, very true as well. You want to show your spouse partner with your body language too of communicating back and forth. The second tip that I have is values. Having the same values. For example, an ex, I'm huge on integrity and trust and honesty, things like that. Um, for me, it makes up a big part of my value actually. Uh, no matter through my work, career, um, friend relationships, work, um, intimate relationships, family, doesn't matter. Integrity is huge for me. Um, I do everything with integrity, and so an ex that I had didn't have that same value. Just didn't work. Me and my wife now, we have the same sort of values. We value the same things. It's, if you both are trusting and want trust to be a huge part of your relationship and integrity as well, um, you're both going to respect that part, right? So it doesn't matter what value it is, um, but as long as you guys are, in the same sort of bracket, it usually helps, I guess I could say. In communicating your values as well, right? So communication, like I say, is basically makes up a huge part of the foundation. It comes into every other single part of the relationship. So values is great. And then the third one is life goals, or have some sort of the same path, I guess I could say. You're going the same direction. You want to go in the same direction. You don't want to, be going in opposite directions, or else it's, if you're a person that wants just a simple life, just want to raise a family, maybe, have a normal, steady paying job, whatever it may be, and the spouse, wants to go see the world, doesn't really want kids, not now at least. They want to do this, do that. They don't want to settle down. I mean, you name it. For example, me and my wife, we both have um, the same goal in our life. We want to, create a business together. Um, you know, do it globally actually. And we do want kids. We both want, we both want the same things out of life. We may take different paths to get, to certain the destination, but we we're going in the same way. we're going in the same direction. So that's, I find, if you guys um, have that in common of wanting to go in the same direction, it works a lot better than trying to go in opposite directions, right? You're just pulling each other apart basically. So, making sure that you guys, in communicating this as well, going in the same direction, want to reach, the same destination. The fourth is balance. You want to be balanced as an individual first, or if you're already in a relationship, sorry, if you're already in a relationship, finding balance within yourself then is it doesn't really matter, but you need to be balanced individually um, before you could become really balanced as a couple, basically. You guys are creating a partnership, and if you're already out of balance, trying to find balance within a partnership sometimes doesn't really work out. You might depend on that person to make you happy, depend on that person to um, make you feel good about yourself. Of course, if they're my wife makes you feel, obviously compliments me and shows me appreciation, things like that. Um, it makes me feel good, but I don't depend on that. I'm balanced as, um, and it's of course an ongoing process, but I feel I'm quite balanced as an individual. I am happy with myself. I love myself. Same with my wife. She loves herself. She, takes care of herself. She, doesn't need me to have be fulfilled inside. Um, so that's, and then when you have individually have that and you bring it together in a partnership, the balance comes much easier. And when you have that, balance as a partnership, it's um, amazing, I guess. And so balance is definitely a huge thing in a relationship, an aspect. The other one I want to talk about is appreciation, showing appreciation. I'm telling it, yes, of course, but also showing it. Um, we do take things for granted. Um, it just there's life is can be quite busy, so sometimes we forget to show appreciation for the little things. Um, so I would say showing appreciation can do just the smallest little bit too, can just change a relationship. It can make a broken marriage, it start tying pieces of it together, back together. Of course, you're going to have to throw in, increased communication, um, balance, and things like that. But showing a little bit of appreciation for what your spouse does for you goes a long, long way. Um, whether it's just, folding some laundry, making the bed, dinner, um, saying a nice word, compliment. Uh, it doesn't matter what it is. Maybe just the way she or he did his hair that day, or what. It doesn't really matter. Just show appreciation for the person, even just being them. I mean, you're with them for a reason. You obviously, was attracted in something to their personality or their appearance, right? So show appreciation for that. Show appreciation for them just being them and being them, being a part of your reality, being part of your life. You know, it's just showing appreciation in any single way that you can increases um, the success of your marriage or your relationship. So those are the five tips I have. Apply them. Hopefully they work out for you. And it's something that of course, from my experience is where I'm speaking from. Um, yeah, have a wonderful day. Thank you. Oh, before I go, I want to say one more little piece. Um, be the best that you can be. Um, the reason why I say that, even for a relationship and a marriage, it comes down to about being balanced as an individual first. But when you become the best that you can be, you're being you expand yourself. You become the best that you can be, not only in your marriage, but your career, um, your any other relationship that you have, whether it's through business, friends, family. It all grows because when you become the best that you can be, and yes, I'm repeating it time and time again because being the best that you can be is something that you want to have in your mind. Um, you're going to see not just your marriage or your relationship transform, but every other area of your life. So be the best that you can be. Okay, now have a nice day. Bye.